Well, let's kick off with another talking technical, and of course, we must definitely look at silver. I would love to look at gold, but I haven't got time here. And usually people say that silver is a little bit behind gold. But for me, I think these commodities had some wonderful runs. And if I look at it, I can actually say to myself that if you look at silver here, every time that it gets close to this level of 23 and a half, $24, it's almost running in the resistance. I just want to draw in a line here. Let's do just do a middle line. Just do through all those candles. And the moment it touches that 23.4, there's always a little bit of sellers there. And what I don't like about it, although the 50-day moving average is beautifully a support, what makes me a little bit worried is that look at this possible shooting star formation that can develop here. Now, well, we all know that the shooting star, there's a few rules on that. First of all, if you see this candle like that, that does not mean that it is a shooting star. That just tells you that the bulls were quite in control, but this upper shadow tells you that the momentum is maybe lacking to the top and that there is some sellers selling into strength. Well, when is the shooting star a negative candle? I just want to show you. There's the support. The low of that day or today was 23.24. Now, the moment this following candle that will happen now tomorrow, that candle, the moment if that candle closes with a bearish engulfing candle and it closes below this line and below that level of 23.24, we can say that this is a shooting star or an evening reversal. I always call it a shooting star, but then I would usually like this real body of this candle to be nice and tiny and small. Then I know we can easily see a sell-off happening from there. But for me, silver, if you look at it, strong rally. I mean, in a matter of about 15 trading days from $20 to 24. That's almost a 25% spike. That's a lot. In actual fact, the other day I saw on the market that the Kruger Rand was selling for 39,000, and I think 2 months or 3 months ago I picked up the price, and I think that was around 34,000. So that was a massive rally, also 20% up. But for me, look at silver. I think it's maybe a little bit toppish. It can easily move some down, give us some downward move. And let's just look at the stochastic, if it does show us, because that is usually a nice indicator for me to say, oh yeah, you can clearly see that it is overbought and it can easily pull back from here. So maybe I think it had a nice rally and it can maybe surprise us. Let's have a look at platinum. Platinum, where's the platinum price? There you are. Platinum. Oh, well, this one looks a little bit different. First of all, the stochastic is nowhere. And I've got a golden rule. The moment I see that this is the case, that the stochastic is nowhere, all the other indicators are just showing that there's no clear direction. For me, it's quite simple. Then I close that and I say, let's wait for it to get stretched and let's focus on the chart. Because the chart then usually gives you an indication either on the candles or on the formations. Now, first of all, I pick up all these shadows. That makes me a little bit nervous. But look at this. There's the support line. Everybody's positive on commodities. And what do I see? I see an ascending channel here. There you are. Same thing. Nice strong channel to the upside. There you are. I always like to find 2 or 3 points where the chart goes through. There you are. It cuts through the candles there. And for me, there you are. There's the 50-day moving average, nice and strong, everybody is happy. But can you see this goodbye keys? I don't like that. This goodbye keys on this resistance line tells you that maybe this ascending channel wants to break to the downside. Now there you are. Let's have a look there. There's the width of that. If I need to extend it to the downside, and I am a little bit nervous on the commodities, it can easily go to 927.70, but then this resistance line, and there you are, 981, must remain a resistance. Then we can maybe see that this ascending channel breaks to the downside and it plays out. And I think when we get close to this levels of 925, 930, that will maybe be the place to maybe look at platinum to buy back in. Let's have a look at AECI. This was also a very despondent viewer. He says, what on earth is happening here? I hate this share. He doesn't want to go up. Well, I've got news for you. It looks like this share wants to go up. This tweezer bottom was a classic opportunity to get into the share. But of course, now we're getting to a zone here where there's always a little bit of resistance. Let's have a look here. But I'm a little bit positive here on AECI. Let's have a look here. If this is the case, there you are. Then you've got the left shoulder here. You've got a head. You've got a big, deep right shoulder. But for me, the crucial line, the share needs to get above 97. But I'm going to use the top of these candles. So, my friendo, if you are despondent on AECI, I can tell you now one thing. If AECI can break this line, and that line sits at 97.45, I will actually say to you that we've got a beautiful, what we call a cup and handle formation. There's the cup, there's the handle, and above 97.45, this share can maybe surprise you, and it can go straight up. Now, if you look at this, I mean, the formation is a classic bullish formation, and if it goes up, there's the conservative target. For me personally, I like AECI. Yeah, I think it's maybe a little bit late to buy it, but the conservative target of this formation can easily take it all the way up to 102.51. And boy, oh boy, if the full target gets reached, there's the full target. Let's just extend that. Then you will see it can maybe go even higher, and it can maybe surprise you and go all the way to 106. So for me, not the time to buy. I'll be a little bit nervous. It had already a beautiful rally. So for me, unfortunately, not to buy at the moment. But my friend, above 97.45, this share can shine, and then we'll be happy. Well, let's have a look at Boeing. And Boeing in Brussels, the guy wants to have a look at that. I don't know why he wants to use that one, but he said to me, Frans, that's the one that I want to look at. Well, if you look at Boeing here, first of all, it makes me a little bit nervous. If you look at this chart, there's a few gaps here. Look at that, these dashes. And I've seen over the years a chart that's got dashes usually tells me that there's not a lot of buyers around or momentum. So for me, in simple, I don't like a share that's illiquid, that doesn't trade in nice volume. But if you look at this chart, there you are. It's a nice triangle formation, flag formation, and it can easily break above 3891, and it can give you a beautiful rally to the top all the way to 4,000. But listen, use then this 50-day moving average as your stop loss, because there is your stop loss. It's 3852, and let's see, maybe we can get to 4,000. But of course, unfortunately, below 3590, this chart can really disappoint, because then this 50-day moving average will probably move over and tell you that it wants to roll over. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. There you are. Well, I mean, we called it here. Oh, yes, there's the chart that we called it right at the bottom. We said it can maybe give us some beautiful rally from here. But I want to warn a little bit. There's a gap here. That gap sits between 2,111, 21,110, and it closes at 20,330. So just be a little bit careful. It can easily close this gap in time to come. And for me, look at this possible shooting star formation. I did explain to you before how does the shooting star works. For me, it's quite simple. The share mustn't go, or Bitcoin mustn't go below 28,320, and then this shooting star can maybe trigger some sellers, and it needs to get above 29,450. Let's make it above 450 to give us a nice move to 30,000. I see some people are also talking about Bitcoin back to 100,000. I'm a little bit nervous. I think first a pullback, maybe to this 50-day moving average, 24,120, and then maybe up. Thank you for watching the show. Visit our website, www.fransklerk.com, for more info, and we will chat again.